When you think of rubbish, you don't really think of high fashion. Well, right behind me, you can see high fashion. And this is the ensembles of Luke Rudman, showing us that you can make beautiful fashion pieces out of pollution, but also having a very strong message that people simply should not pollute the land and the ocean. I'm going to be chatting to Luke right now, who's also draped in beautiful plastic. Luke, let's go right into it. Why this initiative and why create these beautiful ensembles, just showcasing what exactly is in our oceans?
Well, on a personal level, before I discovered art, I've always wanted to go into conservation. And so it's just a really beautiful way for me to marry those two loves of mine, but also the eco-crisis. I think people don't realize how much of a pertinent, pressing issue it really is. And so I feel like it was almost, as an artist with a platform, it was almost my responsibility to start raising awareness about these issues. Yeah.
Now, I know that you also partnered with Greenpeace Africa. Tell us about that partnership and how did they come to know about you?
So this project actually was born out of a seminal group on Nelson Mandela University campus called the Tributaries Project, where we focused on water and ocean pollution. And so I started creating these plastic pollution pieces, and Greenpeace saw them and got in contact with me, and we started talking, and I pitched the project to them, and that was in April. And so this is the result of my work since April, partnering with Greenpeace.
Now, I've scanned the room and there's a couple of ensembles that I possibly could wear. Just take us through your rationale when you created these beautiful ensembles. And each one of them, what I've noticed is that each one has a topic.
Yes.
So tell us about some of the pieces that you've created.
Sure. So I wanted each piece to kind of represent a different perspective of the plastic pollution problem. So for example, you can see with the fast food piece, the plastic that comes from fast food is one of the main issues that we're facing, like straws and plastic knives and forks. For an example, you can see the piece, the guy with the suit. I wanted to speak about how maybe like a business-driven, greed-centered society can even forward and promote plastic pollution. And I feel like that's something we're facing in our own society today. Looking at some of the other pieces, you can see Andrew over here in the wounded angel costume, and my vision with that was an angel is pure, and the earth is pure, and we've almost tainted it with plastic pollution, hence the wound. And this piece over here speaks about microplastic, and one of the disturbing things that I found out is microplastic is so often ending up in our foods, and we're ingesting microplastics, hence the knife and fork. So this is just raising awareness about that. So the pieces have different opinions and perspectives on the plastic pollution problem.
Okay, I'm going to be chatting to some of your models now as well, so I'm going to pick a few. I know they're looking at me eagerly thinking, who am I going to choose? But I particularly find this gentleman very interesting. Just take us through your ensemble. Obviously, Luke touched on it, the whole corporate look. But why is it important that the youth also heed this call and not pollute the ocean and the land?
I think it's very important because this piece focuses on capitalism and an money-driven society, and how when you're so focused on money and putting yourself in a position where you can live your best life, you ignore the fact that there are a lot of runoff effects from this capitalism, and plastic is a big part of that. I mean, we ignore the side effects of plastic in society in various aspects of our life and just carry on doing our job day to day. Forget that we don't only have a responsibility to be an income-earning citizen, but a community-conscious citizen.
Thank you very much. So there you have it here in Nelson Mandela Bay. It's all about plastic, but it's a very important message that they're sending. This group just behind me is going to strut their stuff now to the students on campus and showcase their beautiful ensembles with a very strong message. Simply, do not pollute. It's back to you in studio.